Here we go. You guys hear me okay? I've been having audio issues. Sorry, hold on. Listen to myself. You guys hear me? All right, yeah, we're good. All right, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Let me just blast this on Twitter real quick, and then we're going to get started. All right, cool. What's going on, Hexicans? How is everybody? Good to see you. Happy end of the PulseX sacrifice, I should say. Let's actually pull that up here. And let's go to PulseX.com. And the sacrifice phase is finally over. So congratulations to Richard and everybody who did sacrifice. This is very exciting. Things are cruising right along, right? This is awesome. It says here on PulseX.com that there's 975 million sacrificed, which is amazing. But if you go to PulseXLead.com, it actually shows here that it breached over $1 billion. So that's pretty cool. And then you can even see a breakdown of each currency that was sacrificed for PulseX. So that's pretty cool too. And you can even color code it by the chains, which is pretty cool. So very exciting. Well done, Richard, and everybody who did that. That's awesome. Very, very cool. Yeah, so one step closer toward PulseChain coming out, which is very, very exciting. You know, hopefully late March, early April, that'd be sweet. Maybe into June. Who knows? Time will tell, 2 more months, right? So, yeah, so this is really awesome. I'm pumped. This is Pulse X is a fork of Uniswap, and this is where all the trading is going to happen on the Pulse chain when it comes out. So, very cool, very cool. I'm pumped. So it's kind of a historic day. So, yeah. It's good to be over. These, everybody's out of dry powder now, and Hex is just coming up from a dip, and I think everybody's had their fill. So I'm glad it's over, and I'm glad we're one step closer to the Pulse chain. Shout out to JJ Yellen and the Hex car for NASCAR. I'm going to be out there in Vegas next week with you guys to see that race. It's going to be fun. Shout out to Motley and Legion VC for putting that on for the NASCAR. So that's very cool. Getting that sponsored. That was fun. I was so disappointed that it didn't make the big race for the Daytona 500. I was devastated. I was actually listening to JJ and the guys up top on the website. You can actually hear them during the race. If you went to the website for free, you could listen in on their walkie talkies that they were doing. So yeah, that was pretty nuts, pretty crazy, heart wrenching to lose in the last lap. That's for sure. But it's okay. We're gonna have fun in Vegas. That's for entertainment and eyeballs. So for the 640 grand, I actually surprised it wasn't $1 million to get a car in NASCAR. The fact that you could do it for under $1 million, man, it's a lot of eyeballs. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty fun. Yeah, so another thing that's happening today is, this is a little controversial in the Hex community. There's been some interesting conversations with other Hexicans. I feel like some people are understandably, Richard Hart maxis, because Richard is the king of crypto. Richard is, our glorious leader who has given us Hex, which is absolutely amazing. and coming soon PulseChain and PulseX. So I understand that, you know, it's hard to want to work on it, or invest or participate in any other product or project that isn't done by Richard. I completely understand the hesitation there. Um, so I just wanted to talk about Hedron though, because it's got opportunity. It's got possibility. It was made by an OG hexagon as a basically a free airdrop for hexagons. The only way to get Hedron is to have hex stakes. And then if you already have hex stakes, you can go ahead and mint Hedron, which is itself an ERC20 token, just like Hex. Well, not just like Hex, but it's same. It's on Ethereum. It's another coin. Um, this is very similar, in my mind, to back when Hex came out. If you had Bitcoin, you could sign a message with your Bitcoin wallet that just proved you owned it, and then you got Hex for free. So Hex was airdropped to Bitcoin holders for free, and I did that personally, and it worked just fine. So that process for Hedron here is very similar. Basically, all we're going to do is we're going to spend a little bit of Ethereum, and then the Hedron smart contract is going to go and look and just make sure that it can prove that, hey, you own this wallet and you have these hex stakes, and it takes a look at them and it says, oh yeah, there they are, they're real, you're right. And then it lets you mint Hedron. So let's actually pull that up. I've got let's reset this here. Here we go. So yeah, so the website is hedron.pro, and basically, it's an airdrop for hexagons. Like, that's, the bottom line. If you actually scroll down on the main page, there's actually a flow chart here that actually really breaks it down that I thought was pretty good here. Let me maximize this. All right, cool. Here we go, guys. Okay, so this is basically what we've got going on here in a simplified form. If you've got an old school hex stake, like I have, like we all have, from go.hex.com, you're going to be looking over at the blue portion here, over on the right hand side. And basically, there's only two things you could do. you can either mint your Hedron now, or you can do what's called a claim, and then it's going to lock in your bonus. Because here's what's special. Hedron just launched like a couple hours ago. So for the next 10 days, if you mint your Hedron, or if you free claim, then you get a 10x bonus every time you mint your Hedron, now or later, for into the future, for that stake, for your hex stake. So you could come back here every day if you wanted to, and you can mint more Hedron. Every 24 hours you can mint Hedron based on how much hex stakes you have. You get one Hedron for every B share you have every day. So that's what this is right here. And then the claim function, it's kind of like good accounting for Hex. You're not actually minting your Hedron right now. You're just locking in that 10x bonus forever. So that's an option too. There's another reason you might want to do that too. There's a possibility in the future, if more people pre-mint their Hedron, like you can get like an advance on it. You could pre-mint all the Hedron on a stake ahead of time, and then you have to pay it back in Hedron monthly. If you do that though, if everybody does that, and there's more than half the tokens that exist have been pre-minted, then it actually kicks in this it's the advanced to mint ratio bonus. So there'd be another bonus if more people borrow more than half the coins that exist. So that's a possibility in the future. It may or may not happen. We'll see. I'd say that's the long-term play. If you're, not trying to dump the coins now, like the Hedron, if you're keen to chill and relax and you don't, are not going to do anything with it today, then totally fine to just free claim. It's actually a little bit cheaper in Ethereum gas, I believe. We'll check that out here in a minute. And then you can just, You can just chill and wait. And then if this extra bonus ever kicks in the future, that's a great time to mint. Plus, you already locked in your 10% if you did this. So yeah. So that's what you could do with the old school native stakes. And then over here, here's kind of where this is sort of the controversial part, but this is the cool part of Hedron is you can take Hex and you can put it inside this Hex stake instance, and think of it as like a little jar. Like you take some Hex, you put it in the jar, and then you stake it just like you normally would with Hex. So let's pretend you did a 5555, the longest stake length for Hex. You put it in the jar, and then you lock it in. Boom. That's your HSI. That's your Hex stake, and you got it. Now that lets you do three things here. You can come here every day, and you can mint your Hedron right off of that stake in the jar. You can just click the mint button, and then based on how many B shares you have, you get Hedron. Boom. They're right in your wallet. Cool. You can pre-mint your Hedron. So you can take all the Hedron you normally would do every day for 5555. You could just borrow all that now, or advance it, or pre-mint it. You could just take it all now, and then you got it. And then you got to make monthly payments on it. So that's over here on the left in the green, where you can do a borrow advance. You're pre-minting. It's like, give me all my Hedron for the stake right now. Let me take that. Thank you. And then you've got monthly payments that you got to make on it. And this is all totally optional, by the way. Like, you don't have to do any of this. You don't have to put your Hex in the staking jar. It's not required. This is just like an add-on to Hex. It just gives you more options. So going back to the borrowing, if you want, you can pre-mint all your Hedron, and then here's the trick: if you gotta pay the monthly payments. If you don't pay 3 monthly payments, what happens is your Hex stake in your little jar filled with Hex, if you pre-mint all your Hedron and take it, but you don't pay it back, then they take the jar and your jar goes to the auction house and it gets liquidated. And then you can go there to the auction house and you can see all of these stakes that haven't been paid. And then you can bid on them in an auction using your Hedron. So that's something interesting too. You mint your Hedron every day, and then you can go and look at the auction house and you can see if anybody's, hasn't paid their bills on their Hex stake on their jar, if they borrowed. And then you could buy it off the market. And then when you buy it, it burns that Hedron. So the next thing you can do with it is this Hex, like the HSI stake, the jar. You can take it and you can turn it into an NFT, which is pretty cool. And then what that lets you do is you can transfer that NFT. It's an ERC 721, I believe. So you're taking the jar, you're turning it into a token form, and then you could sell it on OpenSea, you could sell it on Rarible, you could send it to a friend, you could send it to another one of your wallets if you're even suspicious that your current wallet may be compromised. You could just take your jars, turn them into NFTs, send them to a brand new clean wallet with clean seed words. That's another possible utility for it. You could do whatever you want with it. So that's kind of cool, kind of interesting. That's a lot of where I think the pushback from a lot of OG Hexicans is people are saying that this breaks the whole idea of doing a Hex stake, because you can transfer it or you could sell it to somebody else technically. So people are saying that this lets you get out of your commitment. I mean, in theory, yeah, like philosophically, yes, but technically, no, because the Hex in the jar is stuck for the 5555. So even if you sell it to somebody else, that person then just gets the jar, and then they have a 5555 stake. They can't sell the Hex. Like, they could EES it and destroy it themselves if they wanted, or then they can retokenize it and resell it if they want. But it's still Hex in a jar. Like, that Hex isn't going anywhere. That Hex is off the market 5555. So, that's That's the point. Like it's okay. This is, I think, is actually bullish in my opinion, because now that these little jars exist, why would you not do a 5555? I'm gonna put 555. Take my hex, put it in the jar, I'll lock it up for the 15 years. Like there would be no reason to do a shorter, because hey, maybe someday I do want to go ahead and sell this thing on the market. So I like it. I think it gives people options, and it's totally optional. You don't have to do it at all. So pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and give it a shot. So so the 10x bonus that lasts for 10 days. So I think from right now you got 10 days to lock in your 10x bonus, and then it's a 9x bonus for the next 10 days, and then an 8x bonus for 10 days, so on and so on. I think for 100 days. And then after 100 days, there's no bonus. So now is a great opportunity to either mint your Hedron now, or claim and lock in your bonus for later. So let's try it out. Let's do it. I've got a little wallet here. So yeah, we're at hedron.pro, and then we're going to go up here, click the triple bar, and then go to the Hedron app, or DApp. So we can zoom out a little. There we go. Perfect. All right, cool. So I'm already connected to my MetaMask, and it's in the top right. You can't see it here. It's kind of hiding up there. We're on Ethereum, and it even shows right here. It says the Ethereum network on the PulseChain testnet. It actually says PulseChain here. So in the future, you'll be able to just using your MetaMask toggle between Ethereum and PulseChain, and then you'll see that symbol right there. It tells you what network you're on. This little blue button right here, this is what lets you create the hex stake instance, the little jars where you can put hex in. We'll try that later. You can browse the auction house and liquidations. It's the first day, so it's impossible for any loans to be defaulted by 90 days, because we're in the beginning. So this will take a couple months before you start actually seeing some stuff here. You can connect your wallet, MetaMask. You can do Wallet Connect, which I think works with a whole bunch of other wallets. And this is a little convenient button right here. This is Add Hedron to MetaMask. So what it'll do is it'll show you in your Assets tab in your MetaMask. It'll add Hedron as a coin, so you can see it, because MetaMask doesn't search or look for coins by default. It's MetaMask. There's the Hex daily data chart. This kind of shows the stake payout for Hex, and then it shows the stake T-shares, and you can even see like the little day number there. And then I don't like the way the payout is displayed with all those numbers. Maybe that's just all the Hex in total. And then the bottom number there is actually the total T-shares, which is kind of cool. The Hedron daily data, I believe this is going to show how much Hedron is minted every day. So we're literally on day 0, so nothing yet. Right here, this is the advance to mint ratio. This is that extra bonus I was talking about before, where if you just claim and wait, if this number right here that's at 0 now, once it goes above 50%, that's when we'll start getting extra Hedron. If it kicks in. If more people borrow than 50%, then you'll see today's AMR bonus extra multiplier. So keep your eyes out for that. I mean, that in the future, that could go off maybe in a year or two from now if people are borrowing a lot of Hedron, maybe faster, maybe it'll never happen. It's sort of a gamble. But if you wait to mint for that, you'll get a lot more. So, it rewards diamond hands, patience helps. So these are 4 of my Hex stakes. In this wallet, I've got 4 stakes. So the stake type is native, because these are the old school go.hex.com stake types here. Stake status, all you can do is mint only on these old ones. Like traditional Hex stakes, you can just mint your Hedron. You can't tokenize it, no NFTs, no borrowing, no nothing. Shows your B shares. So for the stake, I got 12,000 300 B shares, 2,300 B shares, 12,300, and then 8,800 B shares. Served 465 days out of a total of 683. Here's that 10x bonus multiplier, because this is the first 10 days of Hedron. This shows the estimated mintable Hedron. And borrow we cannot, because this is not a jar stake. This isn't a HSI. This is just the old school ones. And then over here at the actions button, so all you can do, there's two things you can do today. You can either claim, which locks in that 10x bonus multiplier. You're just locking that in forever. Or you're going to mint, which locks in the 10x bonus forever, and it gives you your coins now. It mints you, 465 days worth of Hedron. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. So, I don't know. Let's just mint. Let's get some Hedron. Let's try it out. So we're going to mint this one. MetaMask pops up. So this is the only real risk of Hedron. And yeah, let me say this first. Here's the risks of Hedron. Here's where things that could go wrong or bad, or things you like. Here's the actual risk. One is this gas fee. So what does it say? It says $18.40. I feel like gas is so cheap right now. It's sad that $18 feels good. I remember back when it was a penny. So I'm gonna spend $18, and then I'm gonna get, it estimates 63 million Hedron. We'll see. So then that's for now my cost per Hedron. It cost me $18 to literally mint this myself. So it's just like Hex. Nobody can do this for you. You have to come here and mint your own rewards. You have to be a Hexican. The only way to do this is to have T-shares. So you got to be a Hexican to do this. So just like all other airdrops, like the regular free airdrops, like Uniswap had one, 1inch had one, ENS had one. Yeah, you had to pay Ethereum to actually mint your coins for the airdrop. So this works the exact same way. Let's go ahead and do it. Man, I'm so sorry. I have been completely ignoring chat because I've been just trying to get through the demo. How you guys doing tonight? I'll do some shout outs here. USCG Vet, Crypto Sloth, Hex Joker, Kalski, Swearworks, Marco the Hexican, Hexi Club, Russ, David Morales, El Hexican, all you guys, Mr. Locomont, Wiki8. It's good to see you guys. Thanks for being here. 36 Chambers, Slammy, all you guys, appreciate it. Appreciate the support. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I just wanted to show off Hedron because a lot of people were afraid of it. People were coming to me asking, they were sort of scared. There's a great video of Blue Bum and Alex. Alex is the Hexican who actually made Hedron. And their video going over the audit was fantastic. That's back up at the top. You can go to documentation and read the audit. Please do. I read the audit. They actually found a bunch of bugs that they fixed, and they answer a bunch of questions about certain functions. So check that out. There's also the GitHub, which has the smart contract and all the tech, the actual code that's on the blockchain that makes this all work. And the white paper and other documentation. All right, cool. All right, so we minted. So now you can see here where it says 0 mintable Hedron because we've minted today, and now we've locked in the 10x multiplier. So if I come back tomorrow, there'll be more here that you can do every 24 hours. And then I'll answer in, let me see in chat here, space D007. Hi, did you see the video with Maddie on Hedron? Yeah, well, yeah, I saw Maddie's video about Hedron, and I was tweeting with him, and then me and him did a Twitter Spaces together, like 10 hours ago, and yeah, I mean, like, that's why I'm doing this video. I wanted to clear up some of the things that, were being questioned, and some of the FUD, because I don't think any of those things are possible. This is just this is its own smart contract. This is its own immutable piece of code. It's just an optional add-on for Hex if you want to use it. And in my opinion, it's more bullish for Hex because it incentivizes everybody to stake 5555, put your Hex in the jar, and then if you ever desperately need cash in the future, you don't have to emergency unstake your Hex. You can just turn your jar into an NFT and sell to somebody else, and then they get to enjoy the 5555. And you're not selling down the price of Hex. Because when you sell the NFT, it doesn't affect the Hex price. The Hex is in the jar. The Hex never hits the market. So some might even say it's even better than people ending their stakes and selling. So it's all about perspective, man. It's just another layer, man. So, and the fact that I passed the audit and then everything looked good, that's, because that's another big risk. First is the gas you're going to pay. Will these tokens ever be worth more than the gas you paid? That's one. And then number two, smart contract risk. Even in the audit, they found a bug, like a inflation bug, and they fixed it. It was like a missing parenthesis in the math equation, one of the calculations for Hedron, and because it was missing a parenthesis, it did the math operations out of order, and it got the wrong answer, and it would have been fucked up. So, that happens. So yeah, is it possible that there's a bug in the code that Alex didn't catch and the auditors didn't catch? Sure, yeah, it could be. Solidity's really hard, making this software is not easy. And if you mess up a period, you mess up a space, you forget a parenthesis, you don't capitalize something you should have, you're screwed. So yeah, it's very brutal. So that's a risk. As time goes on, just like with Hex, now that Hex has been running for over 2 years, well, it shows that code is pretty solid, right? So, only time will really give more confidence in the fact that there's no unforeseen bugs or, just things out of left field like that. So, all right, cool. Pretty cool. So we minted. And these other ones, let's just go ahead and claim. Let's just bang these out real quick. So we're going to do a claim function here. All right, so the claim is $16.68. Feels good. Feels pretty cheap for ETH. 15 bucks. Jeez. That's sad though. I'm impressed right now. That's yeah, I agree with you, Mr. Lokamot. Yeah, that's all. And I don't hate on anybody for protecting hexagons and wanting them to be wary of games and other smart contracts and other products. I mean, yeah, it's a risk. This is use it your own caution. You have to do this yourself. You don't have to. This is just optional. So people will come around, or they don't. They don't have to. It's all good. All right, cool. So the claim is done. So that's locked in. So now we got our 10x multiplier bonus, and then I'm going to leave this Hedron here, and then I'm waiting for this bonus, this AMR bonus, to kick in someday. I don't know, a year or two from now. I've got diamond hands. I'm a hexagon. I'm here for 5555. What do I care, right? I'll wait. And it says, do you think if we mint or claim we lose our airdrop of Hex in the PulseChain? Yeah, that's complete bullshit. That is not true. Yeah, all that talk about the OA invalidating coins and user activated soft fork, that is nonsense. That is not true. That is not how this works. Yeah, not at all. Sorry. That's fan fiction. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and claim these last guys. And then let's check the price and see how many we just minted off that one stake there. 13 bucks. Yes, it's getting cheaper every time I click. All right. Hell yeah, identity block 5555 for life, man. Hell yeah, dude. Got my Hex tattoo right here, bro. Shit's for life. No joke. Then I'm gonna get a PulseChain one on this side to match it on the other side of my chest once we launch. So, yeah, man. Hexagon for life. All right, cool. That one went through. And let's claim the last one. See, it's so easy. There's nothing to it. And I'll even show you here that there's no spend risk. You're just telling the contract that you're telling Hedron to search through Hex and prove you own what you own and set your claim. That's it. You're not giving anybody spend rights to your Hex or anything like that. Sorvik says that AMR bonus over 50. Can the window to get that bonus come and go pretty quickly? Well, here's the thing. I think when it comes, it only stays for 24 hours. You got 1 day to get that AMR bonus, because by the next day, it's likely everybody would have minted enough to catch up. It's possible it could go longer, I guess, if actually more people keep borrowing and they push it past 50 and 51 and 50, let's say it's like 60% and everybody's doing it. Maybe it could go on for days or weeks. I don't know. That's a good question. Not sure about that. RRV. Yeah, we did the chat earlier. We did the Twitter. So, but I wanted to. Yeah. So this is pretty cool. This is what the boring thing about crypto is, man? 99% of the time we just sit here and wait. We don't get to click any buttons. There's nothing to do. You're just hodling, you're just kicking back, relaxing, doing other crap. So it's so exciting just in and of itself to, like, here's a brand new smart contract we can interact with. I got some new buttons I could click. I could burn some ETH, have some fun, hang out with my friends on YouTube here with all the Hexkins, all you guys. We'll have a beer and we'll freaking mint some crypto. And we'll sit on it for some more years. Somebody's asking, do you think you claiming tonight or Sunday the gas will be lower? I don't know, man. These are great gas prices right now. Let me tell you, I am loving it. Is this one stuck? We got to do a refresh here. Let's refresh. Identity block. This feels just like the AA. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's finally new fresh tokens. And that's the crypto enthusiast inside me, man. I'm in this for the gains and for the tech, because I like playing with it. It's like a video game for adults, except you can get really rich if you're good at it. And I actually saw a video of Balliot Brand and Dollar Cost Crypto talking about that. They're saying, like, past gamers or kids who grew up gaming excel at crypto. I believe it. Like a Richard, look at me. So yeah, it's fun. All right, cool. So we got all that. So we minted some, we claimed some. Let's go to Matcha, yeah. And actually, let's go ahead and get the smart contract address. So where was that? I think it was under. Let's go to GitHub. So this is the GitHub. This is like the actual smart contract and all the code that's on the blockchain. So if you scroll, this is just like it's very similar to GitLab, just like the PulseChain is using right now. So if you scroll down a little bit, and then this first one here, Hedron.sol, for short for Solidity. That's like the primary contract. And then there's actually two more smart contracts underneath for the Hex staking instances. And then there's a Hex Stake Instance Manager smart contract for those other functions. So this right here, this is like the coin. So we're going to copy this address right here. And then, oh yeah, let's even go to Etherscan. And if you go to Etherscan, and let's guess. Guess 50 Gwei. It's all right. That's not bad. It's under 100. I'll take it. All right, so we're going to paste in the Hedron contract address. And then if you just click on tracker. And then, yeah, here you go. So, yeah, max total supply right now. There's 844 billion Hedron that have been minted in the last 3 hours. It's only 348 holders. Look at that. Only 348 hexagons who've minted their Hedron so far. And you can even see right here, if you go to holders, and we look at the top one. So this right here, this is the source address for Hedron. So a copy of all of the claims that get minted. So like when you claim you mint your Hedron today, this address gets a copy of whatever you got. So if you got like 1 million Hedron, I think that address gets like 1 million Hedron for the SA. So just to be aware of that. And then, yeah, then you got some ballers and some whales, and I'm curious to see if God Whale ever shows up here. I bet he will. I think God Whale will. I do not think the Hex OA will. Not at all. Um, yeah, some people have speculated that the Hex OA might mint and get a lot of Hedron and dump it and do all stuff. I don't think it's going to ever interact, to be honest with you. I don't think so. All right, so let's go to Matcha. I like Matcha because it does. So this is a DEX, right? This is just like Uniswap. But I like this one better because I feel like it's more gas efficient and it routes through more than just Uniswap. This is like made from the guys who did OX exchange. They've made Matcha. So just click start trading. And then for these guys, I doubt they've got the Hedron. So we already copied. So from the GitLab here, right? You got the Hedron smart contract address. That's where we're gonna have to paste that here into Matcha. And then boom, Hedron shows right up. Okay. And then let's just switch to USD. And let's see if, wow, here it is. So one Hedron is worth 0.000000294 of a dollar. So if you put in 1 penny, I call this the penny test. Wow. So for 1 penny, you can get 6,688 Hedron. Now it's brand new. It just came out. I don't know if that's a good deal or not right now. There's no way to tell. Like this is brand new. This is not much liquidity. But I will say this, and that this is not financial advice. This is complete speculation of my own doing and memory. Really, I remember Hex. I used to buy Hex. It was 100 Hex for 1 penny. So when I put in a penny right here for Hex, it said 100, and that was like OG. Like you. And then now, you saw where Hex went. It went to 54 cents. Now even at 13, you're still up a lot, many percent, many X's. So, mathematically, acquiring coins for thousands for under a penny, that's where the opportunity is, right? This is like, this is the beginning of a coin. Now, it's totally possible, just like Hex, though, for the next 30 days, 40 days, Hexicans are minting all their Hedron, and maybe they're dumping. And maybe it goes lower. Could go lower for a month, too. So you might even see more zeros here with the price for the coins. Yeah, what's up, Parlay from far away? Swearwork says you can mint anytime after you claim, and after your mint, then you can keep minting from that day forward as your new minting is available. Yes. So yeah, you can come back. You can go back to Hedron every day, every single day. You can come here and mint every time if you want to, or you can just wait. If you want to just wait for this extra bonus, then I would just claim. But if you want your coins now, go ahead and mint. Now, what sucks about Ethereum is because the gas is so expensive, right? You don't want to come here and mint every day. You don't want to spend, let's call it 15, right? $15 to mint. Yeah, and actually, let's go ahead. So how much Hedron did I get for that first stake? 63 million. Okay. Yeah, so 63 million Hedron. And I had 1,000 or 12,300 B shares, which is like 12. It's 12.3 T shares, and that gave me 63 million Hedron. If I sell that Hedron right now, I get $200. See, $200 USDC. So I spent $15, and now I can get $200. Now there's the $25 network fee. Let's actually take a look at that gas. Oh, oh, plus you have to approve the Hedron too. So, all right, let's take this out of the cost. You've got to factor this in. All right, so for $11, this will authorize my wallet to spend Hedron. And then I'm not going to sell my Hedron. I'm not selling it, but I'm just showing. I'm trying to give you guys an example. Oh, wrong coin. The Matcha website's a little laggy though. That's my only complaint. Okay, so let's minus it. So it costs us $15 to mint it. That approval was $11. We'll round down. We'll give them benefit of doubt 10. So now we're at $25 cost, plus a $25 network fee. So that puts us at like 50, and then the exchange fee is like 0.3%. So I mean, might be a couple bucks. I don't know if you want to even count that. Call it $55. Sure, add a little extra. So yeah. Oh wow, that just, see, now it's dipping. So yeah, so for $55 for me to mint it and then do the swap, I could have had $200 if I did it a few seconds ago. Now it's worth 150 and declining. You know, people are dumping. So it's literally an airdrop. This is free fucking money. Like you could spend $55, you make $200. That's what, a 3x on your money. For every dollar it cost you, you get $3 back. Sounds like a free airdrop to me. Sounds like we just made some money. So, you know, for the Hexicans out there hating on it, you know, you don't have to do it, but it's literally free money if you want it. Or let's even go to Hex. This is what you really do in a free airdrop. You dump this shit for Hex. It's what I did with Uniswap. It's what I did with ENS. It's what I did with 1inch. So this is amazing. You can sell 63 million Hedron for 993 Hex. What's Hex at? Like 15? Where is it? Let's take a look at the chart. Let's look at the Hex price. Yeah, okay, 15.6. Yeah. So, but here's some breakbait stuff too. Okay. So the 63 million Hedron, you sell it for the 993 Hex right now, right? And then Hex can go to $1. So then you got $993 that cost you $55. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. That's, you know, assuming this goes up another 10x, you know, but yeah. So yeah, man, free money. it's there is free money in crypto, you know. Swerwerk says gas fees actually pretty nice right now. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, man. Like they're pretty good right now. 49, 50, 60. Yeah, and if it's under 100, in my opinion, it's doable. If you're making big moves, you know, if you're doing a couple $100 worth per transaction, yeah, anything under 100 Gwei, that's good stuff. Wow. So yeah. So I mean, so let's pretend you wanted to really gamble. You know, you want some high risk, high reward action. You want some speculation, which is what we're into, right? If you take $1,000, how much Hedron could you buy? 331 million. You can get a third of a billion Hedron for $1,000. Like, you know, what if that goes anywhere near a penny, man? Like, as this number gets bigger and bigger and bigger and approaches that penny, this number, man, it multiplies by it, dude. Would you like to have a third of a billion pennies someday if you buy it and have patience and wait and it appreciates and you know, people want it to go to the auction house, you know, like if that's how it works out, you know, and all tickers like Dogecoin, man, they all go up and down. It's, you know, even shitcoins trade. So and Hedron, just like Hex, is immutable, locked. Alex even said that they actually deployed the Hedron contract like a couple days ago, but they forgot to do like a really awesome gas optimization first, and then they found out about it after the fact, and then Alex had to redeploy. He made the gas upgrade so Hedron is cheaper to run, and then he had to redeploy the contract fresh because he couldn't kill the original Hedron contract because like it's immutable like Hex. Like once this code starts, it ain't stopping, you know, and it cost him like a damn Ethereum to set it up, and like you got to spend Ethereum to set your contract on the blockchain, and that's how like Hex was born, Hedron is born. You know, all the coins you got to like pay to make them. So he like botched one, and it's still on there. It's like stuck. So you know, so that there you go. That just goes to show like it's pretty immutable. It's on there. Even he can't turn it off because if he wants to and can't do it. Oh man. So pretty cool. You know, pretty cool. So so my personal play, this is just it's just what I'm doing. Um, I'm gonna go through all my other wallets and I'm gonna do my claims. I'm gonna lock in this 10x bonus multiplier. I'm gonna just chill. Let's see. You know, the price is way too low right now. I mean, that's ridiculous. Why the hell would I sell 63 million of anything for 200 bucks? That's crazy. Like, no way. I want I want more money than that for this stuff. Mr. Malokama, you're welcome, man. My pleasure, man. I want to just all, you know, I want to talk the truth. I care about facts, logic, and wisdom. You know, I don't want any bullshit like in my crypto. I don't need any nonsense. You know, I want how things actually are. And if you want to get nerdy and technical, I highly recommend checking out the audit. And then you can also check out the GitHub. Because I'll even show you. You go on the GitHub right here is a trick. And then you go into the contracts folder here. And then you go to, which one was it? Final commit. And then internal.sol. And then you scroll down to the bottom. And ta-da, hey, look at this. It shows you the Hedron source address. So this is where the address for all the minted bonuses go. Here's the Hedron flow address. So what is this? If you take your Hedron, actually sorry, if you take your Hex and you put it in your Hex staking instance and you turn it into an NFT and then you bring it to Rarible OpenSea and you sell it, built into the smart contract and like Rarible, like they like an OpenSea, they want there to be a fee for the founder. Like pretty much everybody has it. And I think for Hedron it's like set at like 0.15%. If you sell your tokenized Hex jar, then there's like a 0.15% of a fee that goes to this flow address right here. And then Hedron launched. This was just the block height of like 7 o'clock today when this got locked in. So if we even take a look at this, if you copy the source address, we go back to Etherscan, this should be the #1 holder that we looked at earlier for the Hedron smart contract. So if you go, so here it is, here's the address. And click the wallet button. Here's Hedron, click that. And then go into the contract. Where's the holders button, man? Let me zoom out, sorry. Hedron, go in circles. Holders. Boom. There it is, yeah. F801. You can even just paste what we copied from down below. F801, there it is, boom. So it even you can go from the source code, like of the, you know, of the actual smart contract, then pop it, the addresses into Etherscan, and boom, you can confirm right here. Yeah, that address is 47% of all the Hedron ever minted. There you go, boom. So appears to be working as coded. And you know, Alex, I gotta say, you know, really smart guy, really nice guy. He's out there on YouTube. He's talking to Blue Bum. He was actually just on the show with Hexray. It was like 2 nights ago or last night. I can't even remember. He jumped on right after me, and he was talking to those guys. So he's, you know, you can. He's in the Telegram for Hedron. You know, it's built by a hexagon for hexagons. So pretty cool, man. It's really low risk in my opinion. Oh, and speaking of which, let's make a hex jar. Let's do a hex stake instance. Let's take some hex. Let's put it inside of the smart contract and let's lock it up. We're gonna do a 5555. The only stakes I make these days, and then, you know, we can tokenize it and see how it works. All right, so let's click this little button here. We're gonna create a hex stake instance. And then it says amount of hex to stake. So I've already done the math. I want to do 10,000 hex. Because if you 5 it, right now it's like 1.4 T shares. So 5. Now here's something here. I've already looked at this. Don't click that button in the middle right here. It says approve unlimited. You don't need that right now. We're not going to do that. You can skip that button. Don't click that button. Click this button. Click approve hex. This is the safe way to do it. This is if you want the extra security. What this does is, let me explain it first. So this button right here, if I click it, it's gonna let the Hedron contract spend all my hex. It gives it full permissions to move my hex into jars. When I make the jar and I say, hey, make me a hex stake instance, this is giving it. I only have to pay once. I pay $9 now, and then I never have to pay this again. It's like unlimited permissions. Unlimited permissions can be risky because if a smart contract ever gets hacked, it's like got to be some kind of exploit usually. Then that contract, whoever controls that contract, if you gave that contract full spend rights to your wallet, they can spend all your stuff and they can move it somewhere else. So for this piece here, you are giving the Hedron contract unlimited rights to spend your hex. Now, the Hedron contract has been audited. They didn't mention any functions or commands that'll allow for any external control. Only you can do this to your own wallet, but it's just something to be aware of. So you don't have to do this. So even for this instance, I'm not going to do it. So we're just going to hit reject. So by default, we're not going to use the unlimited. We're going to do the 10,000 hex. We're going to do it for 5,555 days, and then we're just going to click approve. Now all I'm doing here is I'm approving exactly 10,000. See, it says granting, you're given permissions to access your hex. By granting permission, you are allowing the following contract to access your funds. And it's only going to do the 10,000 I said it can. It can't spend not a single hex more. You can click here for full transaction details. Scroll down, read this. Permission request. Hedron.pro may access and spend up to this max amount. Approved amount, 10,000 hex. Granted to the Hedron contract. And then that's the bytecode, which doesn't matter. But so literally it tells you right here in MetaMask exactly what you're doing. These are the permissions you're granting. As long as you just click the do button and you set it like this, it's limited to the exact amount. So this is safer if you're concerned. But it's really not, if you want to save gas though, you could just do unlimited. All right, cool. So we're gonna let that cook. Or first we approved. Once this approval gets processed, then we do the actual put the hex in the jar, stake it 5555. All right, I heard a little ding. Please wait. System processing. God damn it, Ethereum. PulseChain's gonna be so much faster. This would already be done by now if it was on PulseChain. When PulseChain, sir? Please save us, Richard, please. So Lioness says, so I did a claim, added Hedron to MetaMask, but it shows zero balance. So yeah, if you just did a claim, all you did was lock in the 10x bonus. You didn't actually mint. You got to click the mint button if you want your coins now. So that's the only difference. Yeah, see Swearworks said that right there. Yep. David Morales, yeah, did you add the token? Yep. Parlay says clean ass site. Yeah, yeah, the Hedron site looks fine. Yeah, it's very easy to read. Yeah. You know what? I think we're gonna give this an F5. Let's push F5. Let's refresh this page. Let's try it again. Because now that we've done the 10,000 permission, I think we'll be able to just go here and then actually put the 10,000 in the jar, because now we've given permission. So let's go ahead and create the hex stake. So we're going to do 10,000 hex for 5555. Oh, feels good, man. I haven't made a 5555 in a couple months. Feels good. Stake that hex. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. See. So it's, Now it's $70. So $70 right now to take that hex, put it in the jar, stake it. So let it rip, do it. Fuck the ETH. The ETH be damned. Give me my jar. Dave Morales says, and we get a copy of all this on Hedron on Pulse. Yes. Yep. You get a copy of all of this for free. Everything you do right now will already have been done on the Pulse chain waiting for you. That's the coolest part about the Pulse chain. Is everything you do right now is it's going to be there on Pulse chain just like you did it there. So yeah, totally. Everything, it'll be identical. Very exciting. We did it. Let's take a look. Booyah. All right, so now we have, so we had 4 stakes before, now we've got the 5th. So now this stake type is instanced. This means it's a jar. We put the hex in the hex staking instance. It's a stake status unlocked. I think that means it's like not an NFT. It's just a normal jar. It's just a normal hex stake that's wrapped. It's a normal wrapped hex stake. It's not NFT'd. We got 1.429 B shares, so it's 1.4 T shares. It's 10,000 hex for 5555. They served pending. We have to wait just like regular hex because we just made a normal hex stake 5555 just inside of a jar. So that's got to wait until 7 p.m. tomorrow to kick in. We locked in our 10x bonus multiplier because we made it during this 10 days. So that's locked in forever. And then if we wanted to borrow all the Hedron, if we wanted to mint all the 555 days worth of Hedron for every B share, so it's this number right here. It's 1,429 times 5555 is how much Hedron you can borrow. So I could do that, and you can go here and you could borrow. And it even gives you a lovely warning. It even tells you, let's read it. Borrow Hedron. Advances, I like to call it pre-minting, are executed directly between the Hedron smart contract and the end user. There's no entity directly benefiting from these advances other than the end user. All you're doing is minting your Hedron that you were going to mint anyway. You're just getting it now. You want it right now. So advanced premiums. Hedron sets the advanced premium rate to 1/2 of the hex APY on the Hedron day of advance initialization. Jesus, that needs to get reworded. That's fucking brutal. This rate is fixed throughout the life of the advance. Basically, it's like interest. When you borrow, you gotta pay back. You gotta pay back all that Hedron plus extra. The percentage extra is determined based on the hex APY, but it's fixed. It's locked. It's like, it depends on how much you borrow and how long, but it's fixed. This fixed rate through the life of the advance. So let's just call it 1%. You gotta borrow you're gonna borrow all that Hedron. You're gonna print it right now, but you gotta pay back monthly plus 1% extra. As far as loans go, actually, and like advances and stuff, pretty fair. It's not like a credit card, which is compound interest, because the credit card, they keep that interest, adds on to the interest every 30 days. Some do even daily compound interest, and then it goes up exponentially. Whereas with this, it's fixed interest. It's like a 30-year mortgage. It's just, you're paying the same price every time. Every monthly payment is already going to be the same because you already know what's going to be. You can do advance payments. You could pay off early, no penalty. When you pay your Hedron, it actually burns it and takes it out of circulation too. So that's cool. Advance payoffs using the payoff function. The end user can pay off their entire advance at any point, paying only premiums up to the current Hedron day. The payoff itself is burnt by the contract. There are no late payment penalties. However, if the advance goes 90 days or more without a payment, any other user will have the option to pay off your advance and liquidate your hex stake and take your jar. If you borrow all this Hedron and you don't pay it back, do at least a payment in 90 days, one payment. If you don't do that, then yeah, your jar goes up for sale, man. Your jar's getting repoed, bro. We're throwing that shit away, man. You took all that Hedron and ran off. Well, we're taking your freaking jar if you don't pay. So click I acknowledge. So here you go. So I could mint 7.9 million Hedron right now, and I have to make 186 monthly payments with an estimated payout of 0 Hedron. Estimated payment of 0 Hedron. Each payment principal 0, premium 0. What? That seems a little low. What? Why does it say 0? I don't know why that's a 0. I figured it would be more. I don't know if that's a graphical interface glitch or if it's the. Oh, it's because this. I haven't like served any. Like it's pending. I don't know. I think it's probably because it's pending. I don't even know if it'll let me do it. I'm not trying to borrow. I'm not gonna click that button. So there's a little piece of advice too for Hedron. Unless you're a super advanced user or Hedron's worth a lot of money and like you want to borrow and then sell, I wouldn't recommend this function. You got to be careful with the borrow. See, like, to be fully transparent, borrow, eh, you know, eh, I don't know if, not interested personally, you know, so, um, but it's there, you could do it. So that's cool. So tokenize, pretty cool. So you could take, so tokenizing a hex stake will remove the stake from your control and issue you an NFT token that is, linked to that state, to the jar. You're just turning your stake, your hex stake, into an ERC-721 NFT. And then this NFT can be sent to other wallets, traded on any compatible marketplace. Afterwards, the new owner may choose to detokenize the stake, and then they can have it here in their Hedron wallet right over here. It would look like them for instance unlocked. You can give it to somebody else. These make great Christmas presents, birthday gifts, good for the family, good for the kids, good for everybody, man. Like, give it to everybody you can pop one of these off and send it to them. They'll love it, Then they can unstake it and they can mint their Hedron every day. And then they can do it, if it's a 5555, they get to unstake the hex at the end. Yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing. It's pretty cool. Sharing is caring. So tokenize hex stakes, when you tokenize them, yeah, you can't mint your Hedron every day. You can't borrow or really do any of the other features. It's you've turned it into like a token. You've turned it, it's like a coin that represents it basically. Marco, do we get the Hedron copy pulse? Yeah, totally. Yep, absolutely. And then Space says, how much gas fee will cost to pay your 186 monthly payments? Yeah, you got to factor that in too. It's probably a send function, I would hope. Well, it does do a burn too, so that's not even true. It probably does do a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, it could be $20, $30, $40, who knows? So yeah, that's monthly. So you got to factor that in too. You're paying whatever all the Hedron plus the interest plus the gas fee to pay off your loan. So, you know, I I wouldn't fiddle too much with borrow. Honestly, I don't recommend that to anybody. Yeah, but people will do it, and people won't pay their loans. It'll happen. You'll see. So that'll be cool. All right. What other actions have we got now? Stake info. What's that? HSI address. So this is the contract address of the jar that you put your hex into and then staked it. So this is the contract this is the wrapper. This is the jar. You can view the performance of this stake on stake hex today. Cool. And good accounting. So you could also run good accounting on the stake when it was ready. You could, I think, emergency end the stake if you wanted, like an actual hex EES if you wanted to, but I wouldn't do that either. So yeah, you can mint. That's about it. This is Hedron, guys. That's really all it does. The only thing that we really can't see yet are these liquidations here in the auction house. Man, that's going to be fun. Also, another great thing for Hexicans, man. Like, you mint your Hedron, cost you $20 in gas. I got millions of these freaking tokens. How many tokens did we get? It's like 63 million with the Hedron. Yeah, 63 million Hedron, man. Like, that's just on one stake that I minted. So then you go to the auction house, and yeah, you'll be able to buy all these all these up that people don't pay their loans off. So it's like free money. It's like a lot of free money. Marco says better to claim before PulseChain comes in. Yeah, totally. Yep, because if you claim now on Ethereum, you're automatically claimed on PulseChain. And if you wait till PulseChain, the 10x multiplier will already be over. So yeah, like you should claim the next 10 days if you want the biggest bonus. You know, I just bank it out. I would just do it right now. Gas is cheap right now. If you got some ETH, you know, I wouldn't hesitate. So that's about it, guys. So, you know, aside from Hedron never being worth enough to pay for the gas that you spent on it, that's a risk. There's unknown smart contract bug risk. Otherwise, I think it's bullish for the hex price. You know, people are incentivized like me. I just did it. I just put in 10,000 hex and I just 5 it. Like, it's gone now. Like I just, you know, and I'm gonna make more of them. That's the first of many, because then you can make these things now. Do them in the next 10 days. You make these, and then 3 years from now, when Hedron is really popular and really expensive, I could tokenize these and I could sell them on OpenSea for like a crazy premium. I'm gonna charge extra, man. Like this thing right here, like for 1.4 T shares, yeah, dude. And now it's got the 10x multiplier for Hedron, and it's a 555. Yeah, man, I could like charge like $10,000 for this, man. Like you can rip people off and they'll buy it. You could charge a huge premium because it does so much more. It's got extra features. Like it's better. It's a hex stake with extra. Like yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Swearwork says, yeah, if you're Hexagon here now, claim, get a 10x Hedron bonus sometime the next 10 days. That's it. Yep. And then if you're real diamond hands, like me, claim and just sit and wait. Watch this. Watch this number. You want that advanced to mint ratio. We want this above 50. We want this as high as possible. We want people borrowing the pre-mint in their Hedron, more than half the supply. I don't know if this is ever going to happen, though, to be honest, man. I don't know. Because the SA is going to have so freaking much. You know? I don't know. Yeah, only time will tell. Only time will tell. We will see. Wow. So the price of Hedron in US dollars, 0.000000166. So now it's only worth 100. See, so somebody's dumped it in half. Hedron just went down 50% from start to the beginning of, like, in this stream, it's gone down 50. So if you look at that, there's no candles yet because we haven't even done a day. It's not listed on any exchanges other than this, so they're still collecting market data here. They haven't generated this. Bro, when you see the first candle, it's just fucking down like 50%. It just so look, it's even more. 66. What? $66? It used to say 200. So like yeah. Dave Morales says, for dumb like me, where's the contract address? I found a fake one on Etherscan. Oh my god. Yeah, it is. So if you go to Hedron, go to documentation, go to GitHub, brings you to the Hedron GitHub, and you scroll down a little bit. And then the address, the real Hedron address is right here. Hedron.sol. Copy that. And then you paste that bad boy into Etherscan. And then boom. Well, then it brings you, let me show you. Brings you here to the contract address. Then just click on the token tracker, which is the best. And then, yeah, here it is. So we've got 384 holders. And yeah, SA's got 47%. Yep. So yeah, do be wary of scams and other ones out there. You know, make sure it is the real contract. And you paste it into Matcha, and double check your work. Make sure you're looking at those for sure. So that's about it, guys. That's Hedron in a nutshell. It's up and running. So yeah, congratulations to Alex. Looks like you did a good job on this. I hope there's no bugs, and I'm excited to use it. I've already got some crazy price action. It's already fluctuating. You could already get 50% dips in minutes here. So if you like this kind of stuff, yeah, missed where you're checking the Hedron price. Matcha, MATCHA .xyz. This is my personal favorite decentralized exchange, Here, I'll show you. Here's another tip. All right, so you want to buy Hedron, but you want to buy it cheap. So come here to Matcha, come to Hedron, and I personally like US dollar coin when I'm doing trading, so it's easy to see. Come right here, click on the limit button, right here, limit. And then it all depends on how much money you got. So let's say I got 500 bucks. I want to buy 500 bucks worth of Hedron, and I wanted at some crazy low price. So I wanted that. We're gonna do 5 zeros and a 1, right? So boom. So for 500 bucks, I want, how many million Hedron is that? Wow, 500 million. So yeah, so for 500 bucks, I want 500 million Hedron. I want half a billion for 500. And then you can set how long it expires. So I want this order to sit here for 7 days. And then you click approve. And then you pay the gas fee. And then you can set, you have to pay the gas fee once to approve. And then after that, you can actually come here and do this with no gas fees. So yeah, so if you want to buy the dip, if you want to buy real cheap coins, set some kind of limit order here, and then you can buy them real cheap. Now, conversely, let's say you got a bunch of Hedron. I got 63 million Hedron. Here we go. I want 4 zeros and a 1. So for 63 million Hedron, let's just pretend, I want 630 bucks. And then I'll sell it. And then boom, I can click limit order here. And then it kind of puts that order on there. So yeah, so this too. So now then if you want to get fancy, I mean, then I'd really bump it up. Once it's at, oh man. So once it's a hundredth of a penny, that'd be $6,300. What if Hedron ever gets to a penny? Oh, $630,000 for what I spent 15 bucks on gas, and I got the 63 million Hedron. If Hedron ever hits a penny, every Hexagon will be rich all over again if Hedron ever hits a penny. You know, it doesn't even have to hit a penny. I mean, there's a tenth of a penny, hundredth of a penny, even a hundredth of a penny. I spent 15 bucks on that, and now I get 6,300. Seems like a good deal to me. Exotic Joe. Good luck, everyone. You can see it is not gas efficient. Now I'm saying it will cost 7 Ethereum for David to end the stake he just staked. Did you guys have 7 Ethereum? If so, you're all set. Yeah. I mean, in the future, like 7 Ethereum, what do I care? I'm a Hexagon. Like, I'll get the 7 Ethereum. And plus, I really, Ethereum they got to fix their stuff, because in about 15 years, man, at the current rate they're going, nobody's going to use Ethereum, and we'll just be using PulseChain. So I don't even care about the Ethereum, because you're going to get a copy of this on PulseChain. And yeah, I mean, I sacked for PulseChain, so absolutely, I can pay the gas to unlock these later. That's not a problem. The gas is cheap, especially considering what the value of what the hex inside the stake will be worth in 15 years. Like, how much would you be willing to pay to unlock a $1 million hex stake? Probably a lot. So yeah, gas ain't a problem. Can't worry about that. Can't be that bad. Hey, Sandy Beach, what's happening? So Scott here. So you're bullish? Yeah, I'm bullish. Yeah, it's a free airdrop. At the least, if you want it, you could dump it for hex right now. How much could I get? It's not much, sadly. I wouldn't do it now. I would wait. I'd wait to sell. But it could dip more, and then it's all speculation, man. It's crypto, man. You know what crypto is. Yeah, 63 million Hedron to get 500 hex. Yeah. Yep, you too, Joe. Yeah, man. I'm sorry to hear you're not coming to Vegas, man. I talked to Hex Live last night. Me and Hex Live are actually going to be on the same flight down. So, bummer you're not going to be there, man. I wanted to hang out with you again. But hopefully I'll see you soon. We'll hang out one of these days again, I'm sure. So, yeah, that's about it, everybody. That's really all there is to it. It's an airdrop and a kind of a free add-on if you want it here. I'm checking it out. Pretty low risk. And I'm not going crazy. I put in 10,000 hex. Cool. If this whole thing blows up, I'm not gonna kill my bag. You're not putting anything at risk here just by doing this, by minting and claiming. It's just like signing for free claim with your Bitcoin with your hex. Like it's it's fine. It's just like claiming any other token. It's really not that exciting. You know, I'm just happy I get to do something again. There's actually something else to click. So now I got to go through and do all these. So, so yeah, well, and shout out again to Richard and PulseX. The sacrifice is over. Congratulations. When PulseChain, sir, please, soon, please, PulseChain. Robo loan shark platform where if you miss your monthly payments, your account gets nuked. Yeah, man, totally. That's yeah. Well, that's part of the predatory nature too. If you're a Hexican, you can mint all this Hedron and then you can steal people's. Well, it's not stealing. They didn't pay their loans and they loaned on it, so that's on them. But yeah, you can go into this browse liquidations here. Absolutely, man. I want these liquidations. Yeah, totally. Loan shark, yeah. What happens in Vegas? Uh, in March 6th through the 9th is the Hex convention in Vegas. And actually, that the Saturday before, next Saturday, uh, yeah, Saturday the 5th is NASCAR. So JJ Yellen is going to be driving the Hex car in the Xfinity Cup Series. They're doing a 300-mile race. And then the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th is Hexpo.Vegas. So if you're in Vegas or want to go to Vegas, I think there's still some tickets maybe. Yeah, so that'll be fun. So I'll be there. So if you guys are going to Vegas, I'll see you soon. Scott Vanderpool, Hex Sec over. Hex price equal moon. Maybe. I don't know if the two are related too much. Because with the PulseX SAC, those coins were just taken off market. Those weren't sold. So, yeah, I don't know. We will see. I mean, I hope Hex goes to the moon. Everybody here does, right? We're Hexicans. Yeah. Java says, yeah, whatever state it is in the Ethereum, it will be at the fork. If you claimed, then it will be claimed. Yeah. So everything you do today on ETH, and this goes for anything. This goes for Hex. Whatever you do on ETH, whatever's in your wallet, whatever actions you've taken, when PulseChain comes out, I'm hoping April, man, please, April, like please, right after like March, like come on, man, like 30 days, 40 days, please, that'd be so dope. Let's get it going. I'm chomping at the bit, very excited. Got my validator ready. Speaking of which, the discourse, can we even do it? Nah, I'm not on the PulseChain. Yeah, no, screw it. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna show you. Let's switch over to PulseChain testnet. I'm gonna show you the validator. Let's do it. All right, so we're going to PulseChain testnet. Go to my PulseChain testnet wallet. We're gonna go to stake.v2.pulsechain.com. Stake.v2.testnet.pulsechain.com. And let's refresh. And zoom way out. I'm sorry, guys. There you go. There's the normal view. All right, cool. Let me see if I can get it so you guys can see. All right, sorry. I know it's a little small for you guys, but this is as close as I can get it. Let's go all the way down. Here we are. All right, cool. So if you set up your MetaMask for PulseChain testnet, and then you got yourself some TPLS, which you can get for free by going to faucet.v2.testnet.pulsechain.com. Click the button, and then you get free test pulse. So this is what it'll be like on, this is a test of the PulseChain. And then you can go back to the staking site. And then my validator is right here. It ends in FA14 right here. And then you can go all the way over to the right to the little like bank or like building button, the columns and a little roof. You click on that, and then you can go here, and then you can add let's do one test pulse. And it says minimum of 0.01% stake required, currently around 5 test pulse. Oh wow, that's new. So you can't delegate for a validator unless you make up 0.01% of all the stake that they already have. Whoa, that's a game changer, man. That'll definitely prevent the minnows from voting. Interesting. I did not know that. So let's try 6. Wow. Wow. This is new. Warning. Only stakers with at least 0.01 total share of the stake, currently around 5 test balls, will get paid at all, and only if their earnings were at least one way. This threshold can change over time, depending on the total stake on a validator at any given time, so your revenue share could go to 0 if you do not continue to meet this threshold. Wow, dang, that's so good to know. So I guess you can't just be delegating on PulseChain for like you got to be at least 0.01% of the validator, which is ironically the same as a staker app dolphin. That's the same ratio. If you're in the staker app and you're a dolphin, then yeah, you have 0.01% of all the T shares, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So, all right. So let's click add a stake, and then there's our test pulse. 0.000273 test pulse and gas. Sweet. Confirm. It's been a little longer than 3 seconds. Oh, there it is. So, there you go. That's how you can vote for a validator. And I've got 0.01% of the revenue now. And then that'll slowly accrue test pulse over time. So, and I think this will definitely take a long time to ramp up. I mean, some of these servers here, like where's Hodl Dog? He's number 1. Oh, maybe not. Oh, here's Hodl Dog. He's D1AD. He's got 16.7 test pulse. He's been mining for months and he only has 16 test pulse. So I don't think validating and delegating, like, they're not going to get you rich for a long time because PulseChain's going to have really low fees. It's going to be very cheap, which is super awesome for anybody who's like tired of the Ethereum gas fees. They're tired of spending $50 to, or even $15 to mint something. Like, it's crazy. Imagine with PulseChain, man, it's gonna cost you like nothing. It's like dust. Like, it's a fraction of a penny, and you can do whatever moves you want or mint whatever you want, swap. Like, yeah, man, PulseChain is gonna be a game changer, dude. Everything's gonna be so cheap to interact with and actually use. So that's super exciting. All right, guys. Well, I guess we can call it there. Um, yeah, yeah. So I think Hedron's cool. You know, I like it. I'm interested to try it. I'm willing to take a shot on it. I think Alex worked really hard on it. He spent a lot of freaking money on that audit. If you go back to Hedron documentation audit, I mean, yeah, this was like 40 or 50 G's, man. And they found some shit and they fixed it. And that's just what you want, man. That's what he paid for. This is dope. It's really easy to read the security audit here. Breaks it all down. Here's all the different things they found. So let's keep going. Show me one. Yeah, so like, it's cool, man. They went through all the code. They called out things they were concerned about or had questions about, optimizations, all kinds of stuff. So pretty cool. There's some other projects out there that I know have sacrifices running. They're going to remain unnamed, but they ain't got no audits. It's so take it for what it is. So that too, that's something I will, you got so you do have to be careful out here. But man, if you're scared about Hedron versus other ones that are doing sacrifices, you got it backwards, man. Like, you gotta know what to be afraid of. So, alrighty, guys. Well, I will see you all in Vegas. Have a good night. I love you, Hexicans.